All right, hello everyone. We've got this problem over here. The current spot rate curve is as follows. Raphael has a 1-year loan for $1 million with principal paid at the end of the 1-year period. The loan has a variable interest rate that resets at the beginning of each 3-month period. The interest rate will be the spot interest rate at the beginning of each 3-month period. Raphael enters into an interest rate swap where he is the payer with the characteristics of the swap exactly matching the loan. Determine the quarterly swap rate that Raphael will pay. So, first of all, it's important to see how things accumulate. If we start at 1 at time 0, then this tells us right here, this chart tells us that I'm going to accumulate by this. So we have 1 plus that, 1.015, and we're going to raise it to this power. Similarly, to go from here to here, right, I'm going to be 1.0165 raised to the 0.5 power, so on and so forth. So that's important to understand in the context of this problem, definitely. Okay, great. And also, I can use spot rates as well, because 1 times the quarter spot rate to the 0.25 power, right, in years it's 0.25. It's going to accumulate to this much, right? So we have everything in terms of a nicely notated. Over here, look how remember, in any swap rate, interest rate swap, there's going to be a payer and a receiver. So it tells us Raphael is the payer. So Raphael is paying this much. And then whoever else is, we call it Mike, is paying the variable rate. And it says it's going to pay the principal at the end of the 1-year period. So the notional amount is going to be common each time. So think about it this way. At 3-month time period, some interest accrues on the million and they pay it. So there's still $1 million left to pay. And that idea is going to happen every time. So the notional amount, the loan amount, is going to stay constant. Okay, so in order for the present values of Raphael's interest payments going to equal the present value of Mike's interest payments. So we need to discount them, right? How do I take this to times 0? I'm going to multiply by the quarter spot rate raised to this power. I'm going to, so we just have to discount everything, so on and so forth, right? And right here as well, I'm going to do it as well. And then times v to the 1, because you discounted a whole year. Okay, now this idea is important. I explained it in the other video a little bit, but use a shortcut. Here are some examples. If I have the forward rate from 2 to 3 times the 3-year discounted spot rate, I can say it's v sub 2 squared minus v sub 3 squared. And that's going to help us eliminate a lot of stuff. So anyways, we have to set this plus this plus this plus this equal to this plus this plus this, and then running out of room, but plus this. Okay, now the ends are going to divide out. So we just have the interest rate, and of course the v's are going to factor out. So we have v to the 0.25 plus v to the 0.5 plus v to the 0.75. Okay, all of that is going to equal, so it's going to equal, I'll go term by term. So this one, we're going to use the idea that I can do right, that idea that I just discussed, because remember the notional amounts are going to cancel out. Plus, now from this expression, I can get v to the 0.25 raised to the 0.25 minus v to the 0.5 raised to the 0.5. Now from this expression, I can get v to the 0.75 minus v to the 1 raised to the 1 power. So it's going to cause a lot of things to cancel out. This cancels out with this, and this cancels out with this cancels out with this. So, and then this is just 1, right? So let's write it over here. So now I have 1. Now I wrote my values here. V sub 1 to the 1 is 1.092 to the negative 1. So 1 minus 1.092 raised to the negative 1. And we're going to divide by all of this. So what's that going to be? That's going to equal the interest rate. So just think about it, 0.25. So I'm just going to follow this right here. I already wrote everything out. Okay. So I have, you're just going to have to add all these up. Running out of room, but okay. When you do all of that and you punch it in the calculator, you should get this. Okay. And you have to remember that a basis point is, as a decimal, it's 1/10,000th. Okay. All right. Good job.